And welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and what if what you love most about control decks is destroying them? Well, I have a Planeswalker that can only be half countered on turn 3 that can take over the game. It's Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. So as another video from my Historic Brawl vacation here in the month of January, we're playing competitive Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. Now this casualty Planeswalker, of course, wants you to have a creature to sacrifice. So we have a bunch of 2-mana creatures and 1-mana creatures, even a few, that we would absolutely love to sacrifice to Ob Nixilis. A bunch of stuff that comes back from the graveyard or does cool things in the graveyard, things of that nature, or leaves something behind, like the Caryothrall makes a Scion. But there's a little more to it than that. In some cases, we just have awesome stats hanging around, like this Chained Brute that you might not know exists. So I've tried to include some of those weird off-the-wall sacrificial cards for Ob. One of the coolest things about building around Ob Nixilis, the Adversary, is that you can actually build around the ultimate, which is a -7, target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life, like a one-shot Grizzlebrand. Getting that to happen in standard once every, month or so. I mean, maybe if you're grinding it every single day, you do it a few times a week. But I mean, in Brawl, in other formats, it's like very hard to do, but you can do it all the time if you plan around it, if you have creatures with 7 power. So we've got some of that lurking in the deck. One of the more notable is Traxos, 4 mana for a 7/7 legendary artifact creature construct. It doesn't untap like normal, but who cares? It's a 7/7. You sack it to Ob and you can drain them for 7, or you can draw 7. That's cool. And then we have other very high powered cards to use for those spots, like Rotting Regisaur, Shakedown Heavy is here. Just some really high power cards to get the ultimate pop out of Ob. But the rest of the deck is just all about being aggressive, being resilient, so that sacrificing it to Ob doesn't take away your whole board presence, or at least not for very long, removing the opponent's stuff to a good amount, and just torturing them with Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. This deck competes in what I would call regular Q, which is high B, low A tier. You get a wide variety of commanders. Sometimes you'll get commanders that are very, very high A tier. You'll very rarely get S tier, but you get a wide variety of opponents, which means that we don't have to run specific like anti-blue type hate cards. We can just rely on our commander and the general power level of our deck to bring us victories, and it's a very good deck. The record is very convincing, but I'll let the games speak for themselves. Let's dive in. Let the Ob Nixilis, the Adversary nonsense begin. We are on the play with a 2-lander, so really need to top a 3rd one. And we're up against Niv, which is a scary and interesting matchup, so it's a keep. Gonna need that land. Dread Wanderer, get to work. Everything is good here at pressuring Niv, and you don't want any removal in these kind of hands, because you need to keep your opponent on the back foot. So the hand is great, but whether or not we'll draw land, that is the concern. So Harvester here, make a blood token. We might need to use that blood token to try to draw our land if we miss it. Lightning Bolt on 1. It couldn't ask for a better start. And they're afraid of us hitting the land, so they're using Dragon's Fire right now. Okay. We got there. Roar. Let's go big. Let's go very big. Could be a draw 7. The opponent's going to play Dorat, the Perfect Pet, aka Sprite Dragon. Let's discard the Transmogrant. Let's crash for 7. Wow. Let's Ob with Casualty. Oh my goodness. I will sack this Regisaur. Do I just draw 7?
All that matters is power.
Is that what matters here? we draw 7. Come on. Come on, it's still me. There's some people screaming to do it, some people screaming not to do it. Oh man, if we had one more mana here, we could steal this in Village Rites, but that'll have to wait till next turn. What can we do? Not much. So I guess I'll plus.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
One black just doesn't do it. I guess we use the blood token. All right, let's see how bad our greed costs us. But I mean, I didn't come here to not draw 7. Now let's see if they can use their Dorat here to kill Ob. Well, they didn't play anything. Looks like they're all about counter spells.
With regret.
Is there a card I want to get rid of? I don't know if Traxos is a very good play. Let's drop it. All right, so we should expect counter spells for sure. If I play a claim, will they counter that? They probably should, but would they? It's asking for a lot of mana. All right, let's go for it. Got him. Just thinking, just thinking. Butcher. Resolves. Take it. So I think they're just doing some card drawy stuff, right? Put it to ya. 10. They're keeping everything. I'd like a draw 2. Resolves. Okay. Nothing. What the? Somebody tell them they gotta do something here. Sweltering Suns. Butcher. Take the damage. Down to 8. Beginning of your upkeep. It would have to make it till next turn, which I just don't trust to happen here. It's kind of amazing how we did our draw 7 and we're left with kind of a bunch of junk. Keep going after them. Higher loyalty, I think, is the right way. I think they have to play Niv next turn. Resolves. Hits. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll leave mana up, because why not? Hold priority while I'm at it. Make them think. What is their hand? They won't discard cards to the Ob. What is their hand? Okay. Draw 3. Discard 2. Unless you discard a land. Discard a land. Man, I want to see their hand so bad. Let me draw a discard spell. Come on. Ox. Obu. Eh? Eh? Discard counter spell. This game has gone so bizarrely. All right. How about bring out the underdog? Do you stop it? It's coming for your life total. Huh? Mire command. They have a treasure. We have a command tower and a misery shadow. I'm tempted to abrade that treasure because of Niv, but at this point their life total is so low, I don't know that playing Niv is going to save them. I don't think it will. So let's just play another creature that can attack through the Niv and make another mana that would otherwise be tapped. I don't know if I was supposed to draw 7. Like, looking back on it, my draw 7 wasn't great. Obu? I mean, but are we winning? Yes. Yes, we are. Underdog. Attack. You got 1 card left. You didn't discard it. It can't be bad. Activate. Success! Niv has fallen. Bizarre. Bizarre. But we did the thing. We had a rotting Regisaur, a big old dinosaur that turned into an Ob, that turned into a Grizzlebrand. Opponent goes first. Shambling Ghast, you say. Okay. Liliana of the Veil. Let's see that turn 1 Dark Ritual. Pathetic. Weak. Didn't even turn 1 Dark Ritual. Push the Ghast. Wow. Just hooking me up with a treasure right away, huh? Didn't expect that. Waste not. Very good card in the Liliana deck. We've got to keep Liliana minusing. So this has starting intensity 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice unless you discard. If you discard, increase the intensity. When it leaves the battlefield, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the intensity. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I'm trying to find a good way to attack this Liliana when it comes out and make it minus for sacrifice. And I guess the Recycler will do that. Whereas the Hellion, not so much. There's a 3/1. When it dies or is put into the graveyard from the hand, conjure a card named Recycler into the graveyard. Then they can both unearth. Phenomancer. Makes a 1/1 Death Touch. Do I care? I think I just bolt it. The thing is, those snakes can pressure the Obs. And as it is right here, we can play Ob, we can sacrifice this, we get the devils going. Then Liliana is always behind it, and she can't really minus because the 1 damage just kills her. So the opponent says goodbye. Today's patron shout out goes to Kishori Hari. Kishori, you're cool. We go first. Classic story. We need to draw a 3rd land. If we do, this hand is very good. We're up against Azusa. This is a dangerous deck. It can go way over the top of us, but we'll keep the hand. If we draw the land, I think we can do it. Bingo, but it's a tapped land. I still think we play the creature and hope for our optimal curve. The Forgefire Automaton might actually be good in this matchup. It can start getting things back from the graveyard if we draw the right mix of stuff. So next turn, Azusa plays 2 lands, and then everything gets a lot more difficult. I find in these matchups it's not often right to kill Azusa because there needs to be ways to keep the lands coming. They often don't have them. It looks like they don't have them here. They only played 1 extra land. A block, wow. All right, they're feeling the pressure. I think we ob them. Most people don't block with Azusa there. I think it is smart to, though. It's probably the right call. Once she gets you an extra land drop, or preferably 2, she's done her job.
Join me.
I feel like our hand can keep our opponent away from us for a while, kill their creatures, so I think we just plus. Go the burn route. Don't think we need a devil here.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Never mind, I'm wrong. Oh my goodness, what a perfect card. An absolutely perfect card. Can we draw a land? Okay. We kill the token, which is the right play. We don't draw the land. I guess we have to Heartless Act this questing beast.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
I'm just going to do it now before they can play something like a Snakeskin Veil. They've drawn 2 straight lands off the top. Should be turning on the larger, more powerful effects in their hand. They play an Uprising. That's scary in the long game, but it's not that bad right now. All their creatures have trample and they draw a card for creatures power 4 or greater. They have a cultivate. I really want to know how their draw worked out. It's very strange. There's our 4th land. Overdue for sure, but we'll take it. Better late than never. So we can cast the Shade and the Heart. We can also play Davriel. And Davriel can make the opponent discard when they attack, but we know they have that forest. We could also go in for offers and conditions. I think I'm better off with the Skyclave Shade and the Heart of Kirin this turn. Keep going, Adam. Keep pressuring that life total. And go to 13.
Tribute is owed.
That is a very big creature. That is very scary. Oh my gosh. 6/6 trample. Whenever they cast more creatures, they get counters on their creatures. Oh lord. It doesn't have hidden reach though, and it doesn't have haste. Mind Spike. Don't know if that's gonna do it, but I can burn the opponent for 7 here, and I can hit them with Heart of Kirin. But then I need to find 2 damage from something. Man, I can't believe I'm short. But I am. How do I find this damage? I think I'm supposed to play Davriel and hope that the opponent attacks Davriel, so I'm going to go after their Augur.
Have a weak body to match your weak will.
Should have done this first.
Defy me.
Gave away info.
and you'll lose
Shameful.
everything.
Oh, no. 9. All right. I need this Ob to somehow stick around. But since the threat is right there, I think the opponent will go after it. Maybe what I should have done is remove a loyalty counter so that the Chandra was sneaky, and then maybe the opponent wouldn't attack the Ob. That's the kind of mind games. Yeah, I wish I'd done that. The Monster's Advocate's coming. 8/8 Defiler of Vigor.
I'm bold as a
We got a beast with reach.
beauty lies in
Yeah, it has trample because of the uprising. Okay, getting bigger. Don't like this. How am I supposed to win? Yep, goes for Ob. Yeah, I screwed that up, didn't I? All right, I think we saved the heart. We just have to find a way to remove the beast, and it can still hit. But it is falling apart. I told you, this deck is insanely dangerous. The Azusa deck. Like, it's just not a deck that our kind of mid-range Rakdos deck deals with well. Find it. What's the line? This game definitely falls apart starting next turn. This part is simple. I can't increase the size of my Heart of Kirin. Mind Spike might just draw a card here, but I think I'm supposed to Ob these Skyclave Shades. Or this Skyclave Shade. I think the Heart is going to trade. And since the Beast is going to keep growing when the Defiler plays a creature, and at the very least they can play their commander, I think that's what we do. If the opponent blocks the Shade with the Mystic, then what do we do? That really hurts. That really hurts. Yeah, if we play Ob without a casualty, well, it doesn't work. Because we can then get back our Shade, and then we can play like a Chandra, but that doesn't really help, I would say. Oh, maybe we Chandra Heartless Act the Vigor? No. Counters. There's counters on it. Alright. I should have just crewed this Heart of Kirin with the Skyclave Shade. There's the trade.
And plus plus.
My enemy.
This says, whenever an opponent attacks you or a planeswalker, they discard a card if they can't sacrifice an attacking creature. So they keep the card.
And you'll lose everything.
Craterhoof. They have an expensive creature here. Vorinclex. Yeah, seems good. Doesn't get Craterhoof though. It has to be lesser. Busted. Busted. Do they have a way to give Vorinclex haste? I doubt it. Oh, Titan, 5 life. Yeah, disaster. Just not a matchup we can reasonably win most of the time. Gotta get luckier than that though. We go up against Gwenna. We're on the play. The late Kumano is sad, but it'll be fine. More mono green. Definitely the nightmare. When they just kind of go over the top with ramp spells. Especially if we don't draw removal. This can remove Gwenna, so hopefully we get there. They didn't have a turn 1 elf. That's very good for us. Let's go get the red mana. Let's also get the spear. Not a good matchup for spear either. Doesn't usually matter that we get more life. Okay, well, this is interesting. So quickly obbing them here isn't good. Let's just slow them down. If we draw the land next turn, Davriel can take out their commander, which could be huge. If we don't draw the land, hopefully we draw a removal spell. We can cast every removal spell in our deck right now, except for Blood on the Snow. All right, they don't play their commander. Okay. And it looks like we're going to be playing the Recycler or the Ob. I'll offer you this Gutter Bones. No take. All right, Recycler. Giant monsters are coming. Cloud Key. What was that gonna name? Creature? Yeah, okay. Moon Druid. Okay. Yeah, it's another Ramp to the Moon deck. It's basically a Sousa, but they don't want to run lands that much, so they run a commander. I still don't know why they're not using it, though. Alright, so this card, after it specializes, it turns into some big thingy-majig. In mono green, it'll be a creature that gives other things trample. Not that scary if I'm being honest. I think this is Davriel. And kill the Visionary. De-ramp them and be aggressive. If the opponent attacks this, they can't block with this next turn. No, they're going to take the block. Okay. Yeah, they recognize the situation. All right, 2 of these in the graveyard as potential unearth targets. Vorinclex. Seems good. They can ignore the Davriel. I can plus it for nothing. But they're going to go after it, even though it only has 1 loyalty. Ob is basically tanked now. We've got to kill him. We've got to kill them. How do we do that? Roar! By attacking! They're down to 4. Unfortunately, that was our big roar. And now we've got to find another way to get this damage through. Always this card. How do they always have this card? They can't play creatures yet, though. They need to achieve Coven. Monument. Okay, that's not too scary. It's getting scarier. Okay, they've got a pair of 2/3s. They attack me. Bold. Very bold. We got this Shadow Spear. They have 1 card in hand, so this is good for 2 damage. right? Because just double plus, they don't come in on 0. So they have to block this. What if they don't? Yeah, commander blocks. Okay. All right, I can play Ob. If I play Ob and I plus, they take at least 2, but that's not enough. They do go empty-handed without Coven. But this is a very cheap cast. I think this is the play. The Lantern. Yeah, they drop the Forest. Okay, I mean, let's see what they can do. Can they get Coven? Can they cast a whole bunch of things? We got Marwyn. Yeah, target the Augur. There you go. Now they have Coven. They can cast from the top. But what if they're just empty-handed? If we survive this turn and we can copy Ob and they're empty-handed, we win. They need to hold that Marwyn, I think. I wonder what was on top of their deck. I have no cards in hand. I have no cards in hand. Sack this. Comes in with half the counters, but that's not 0. Look at those baby Obs. Lose 2. Lose 2. Okay. Vengeance on mono green. Vengeance. Feels good. Feels good. Our opponent is playing Oswald Fiddlebender, the Paradox Engine Machine. Paradox Engine Go Burr. Now, we would mulligan to removal, but we've been blessed by the gods of the Shuffler of Magic the Gathering, and they have fed us a lot of removal, so we keep. We don't have any creatures, which could get interesting. But let's spike them. And what do we see? We have a way to protect our commander. Nope, not having it. Get that out of there. So let's see if they run them out. They do. Let's see if they top decked a way to protect their commander. I'm just going to use the Swarm here because I don't know of any enchantments they run that are good. And yep, they didn't top deck a God's Willing or anything like that. Combat Thresher. Draws a card. Prototype with Double Strike. Yeah, I think I play the Connection. It's gonna hurt. Thank God it's only a 1/1 over here, but when they play the Monument, it's gonna get scary, and they might do that right here. But they would have to tap the Thresher. Instead, they go for Ozzy. All right, guys. Interesting draw on the Rampage. Doesn't get Ozzy right now. All the things. I could Diabolic Intent for a discard effect to make sure they're not going to protect Oswald. I can also, if they do protect it, then I can intent for Fatal Push. Go away. Scary card. Just gotta die. Could play Ob here. I think we wait another turn. Try to defend against this Thresher. Because Forsaken Monument is powerful, but this isn't a colorless creature. They're trying to pressure my life total, which they should with the Connection down. All modes, no fear. Cast with Casualty. Right there.
I'm the new boss around.
Make a devil.
Join.
plus the token.
Oh, I have a job
That's going to gain us a little life, which we're going to need.
of carnage. Tribute is owed.
Attack with the shapeshifter. Sacrifice devil. Actually didn't need to make the devil. The shapeshifter is a devil. Could have double plussed, but then I wouldn't be able to make this play. What I'm going to do is get a braid and blow up the monument. After that's gone, it should be smooth sailing. Kodama of the West Tree, modified green aggro typically. Our third different mono green commander, and each one has been a painful experience, a very difficult matchup. We'll keep, hopefully Mind Spike hits, but if it doesn't, at least we draw. Whoa, did it hit? Weatherseed Treaty, Mastery Surge. It's an all ramp deck. Okay. Sure, you're playing against Ob and they turn one discard spell you. That's too much. I gotta say, the green decks I think are so favored in matchups like these. I can't believe they'd run away from that. Oh, opponent, you're soft. No! Oh, I wasn't trying to click that. God, okay. I was hitting record and no, come on. Draw black mana. Come on, pay me back. The opponent is Heliod. We are on the draw. We need a much better hand with removal and black mana. And oh no. Oh no. Come on. My win-loss ratio, my stats, they will be influenced. What a scam. Why didn't they play that first? All right. Scoop. That was sad. I guess I'm the soft one. We go first. Our opponent is Giada for a flavorful Streets of New Capenna matchup, but this hand has no red. This one does, and it has Springleaf Drums, so we're actually... This is a turn 2 Ob Nixilis on the play? Eep. Play creature? Yep. Oh, I guess it's turn 3, right? Yeah, it's turn 3. We need the creature and the drum on the field. But that means we might be able to claim sack their commander. Gross. I am annoyed. I'm very, very annoyed. That's a cool card though. So how much do I need to cast this Inquisition? I don't think I do. I mean, do I pay the 1 or do I Inquisition them? Because we know we're not going to take them off their turn 2 play, and we're not going to get rid of the Esper Sentinel anyway, so when are we going to play this? Never. So, yeah. I guess if we didn't attack for damage, we could have paid the 1. That's me and Springleaf Drum. I'm not the smartest with this card. It does get me. I got the Mox Amber and the Shelter and the Warhound. I guess I'm going to take their ramp. Probably should have just played this, but I think we're going to have to pay next turn anyway. Stupid Esper Sentinel. Alright, untap land. Mox Amber. Pay the 1. Claim. Nope. Oh no, this makes red. This makes red. Okay, I thought I screwed it up. So I claim the Giada, right? And then I can tap this for white. Then I can use this for red. But first, I'm supposed to attack because I have Vigilance, right? Okay. I know how to do steel sack stuff. Totally. This is actually going to hang back. It's going to block. Okay, they really didn't like probably how long I took and the joy of having their commander stolen and sacrificed to Ob Nixilis. So yeah, they left. I am so bad at steal and sack. Those who have watched me long enough know this. Head go. All right, I have a turn 1 black market connection. That is a keep. That is always a keep. Mishra claimed by Gix, who is the best, and I mean the best Rakdos commander. Tybalt would like a word with both of you, but... Oh, so would Prosper. But in this game, our opponent on the Mull, I doubt they last more than 50 seconds. Okay. Heart of Kieran's a pretty good card. Yep, they take it. Okay, they didn't concede. They didn't concede. Maybe this is the toughest opponent we've ever faced. Gotta be the tapped land. Let's save the treasure. Nah, just be really aggressive, I think. Just be really aggressive. We have 2 3-power creatures. Ob is probably going to get to use one. If that attacks, we block. Okay, it doesn't. All modes. Rawr. We might have a haste creature. I'll take that risk.
I don't need respect. Just obedience. Defy me, and you.
I think keeping the menace creature is worth it, even though we would have gained 4 life here. They discard their own Ob and Fable. Oh man. I'm just gonna get another black here because I have all these black 1-mana cards. Squee! They did have a haste creature. Won't get the job done though.
Your defiance is immune.
Rah! They dropped the Angrath. I think they just don't want me to find them to be soft.
Pleasure doing business.
Because otherwise, I think most people would have just left by now. The tapped trio of 2/1s. Gix! Alright. Go right for Squeeze Throat. I think Gix will be too much on the back foot to be useful. And 4 life a turn from the Obs means we can run this back all day. We can also power up the Hive and attack and exile the Squee, so that's game. Turn 1 Black Market Connection makes it so Dark Ritual is still worth it, even in decks that can't cast their commander off the Dark Ritual like Ob. We are on the draw with Gutter Bones that we can't cast unless we top deck black, but Graph Reaver on 2, which, you know, shows up nicely against the white deck. Deadly Dispute, Crown. This is an okay hand, not a great one. Or against Captain Eberhart, which is a taxes card. The opponent's named Ristic Buddy, which is the nickname for Esper Sentinel, so they better have that on turn 1. I'm going to keep, but this hand is sus. Oh, that's not Ristic Buddy. You should be ashamed, opponent. And we top deck perfectly to play our Gutter Bones. That said, this is going to be probably a pretty ugly match. The white creatures are going to put a lot of pressure on Ob, so we're going to have to find a way to make Ob stabilize. Now this can sacrifice to destroy a permanent as an artifact, creature, and enchantment, not a planeswalker though, and that's... we just drew Dark Ritual. We just drew Dark Ritual. That must be nice. All right, we get our 3/3 down. Decline the exploit, no planeswalkers. Let's get the crown down. And let's play defensive. We're going to pivot into the control role against Captain Eberhart here. We've got plenty of stuff on the battlefield. We've got a card advantage engine. Are you going to enlist? Because you can get a boon that gives a +1/+1 to your next creature. And it's a 4/1. Gutter Bones is in. Take up the shield. +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter. And indestructible until end of turn. Wow, I got combat tricked. How upsetting. And our draw off the top isn't very good. Man, we get hit so hard next turn, potentially. If we play Ob and make some devils, we don't defend well. We got combat tricked hard. Our hand just doesn't do much. If we try to trade the Graph Reaver here, they already got so much value. Also kind of a disaster. If we make 2 devils, though, if we make 2 devils, that's a tough attack for them. Plus they can kill it somehow. Like I said, control roll. We're going to have to be blockers. We have to do the math. They go right to combat. How many combat tricks do you think they have? More? The answer is probably more. Okay, they both go for the token. Yeah, we're on it. The devils are in there. Best combat trick ever made right there.
Feel the energy of battle, then guiding like water. Strike fast.
Not the greatest for them, though. They lose their bounty agent. The Wandering Emperor takes a ping. But that's not a good draw.
Glad to meet my
Or is... we get to do some cool things, right? 1 less for each legendary creature. Darn it. Not planeswalkers.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Yeah, I think I'm channeling Sokenzan to defend my Obs.
My entertainment.
And I can untap, equip something, and try to attack this Wandering Emperor. It's been a tough draw. We've rattled off a lot of lands since a good start. Like a lot of lands. And our crown hasn't gotten in on the act yet. Alright, they're playing the Thresher, which will have a counter, and that's dangerous. Double strike. Gross. Just everything about their deck dominates me in combat, man. They are absolutely combat dominant at this stage. Gotta kill that thing.
We greet our enemies.
Still not playing their commander, but they've got good reasons. That lines up really well against our deck. Angrath. Ooh, steal their double striker? Steal their double striker, then what? I mean, they block with the Sentinel, right? So it's a 2-for-1. It's pretty good. I guess we'll Ob plus first.
By coin.
Yeah, this was a good draw. This was a very good draw.
Is owed. Pleasure doing.
Probably one of the best.
You're just fuel. Your crew for my freedom.
Get them. Yeah, they chump. But then the Thresher gets sacrificed, and they're down to 1 creature versus 1 token and 3 planeswalkers. It's time for Eberhart to enter the battle. I guess they've also got their Wandering Emperor. Time for this token to take one for this team. I mean, the Sokenzan tokens did their job. They've kept Obs alive. Now, any cards we draw here coming up this turn are taxed 1 more because of the Captain, which just got a +1/+1 counter. Davriel. Okay. That is pretty sweet. First of all, discard your card.
No fire, no steel.
Davriel. give a nice perpetual reduction to probably the Knight here. Let them have their double striker. But they're going to scoop it up against 4 Planeswalkers. The Obs were about to make 2 Devils so they can't get through. Yeah, we're taking over that game. Oh my goodness. The pressure was real right from the jump street, and the creatures were amazing, and the combat tricks actually had me on the back pedal, and what a pair of Planeswalker top decks.
And we are back for the post-game wraps, and 14-3, an 82% win rate is where we leave with Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. I think my deck performed a bit above average. I wouldn't always expect the record to be up there, but I would expect it to be good, considerably higher than like the 60% or so. This is an underrated commander that is very difficult to deal with, and it forces the opponent to really know what they're doing as far as what to discard, when to discard, how much life to use as a resource, and which Ob Nixilis to attack, and how to play the board, which is going to be a lot for a lot of Brawl opponents to handle. So especially in kind of the open lower than Hell Q range, I think that you can take a lot of people by surprise with Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. And you get a lot of Ob voice lines, like a lot of them. That's a big bonus. That's a win. Thank you for watching this video. You stayed till the end. That is the best thing you can do to help the channel, but if you want to top it off, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. All that said, done. We're out of here. You're cool. Phyrexia's power continues to grow as it prepares to take over the multiverse and make everything one. All pre-orders for Phyrexia All Will Be One products will sweeten the deal with an all-new exclusive CGB Dragon token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and become complete with Phyrexia All Will Be One. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.